A great crisis can be a great opportunity, and the global oil crisis has provided a huge opportunity for one of China's fastest growing industries, electric vehicles. As fuel prices soar, many Australians are thinking, is it time for the big switch?
Always, something we've been interested in. Lately with the fuel prices really pushed us to seriously consider it.
I'm thinking get some solar panels, charge up the vehicle just for normal running around. I thought it's a little cheap electric thing.
I've thought about it for a long time, and then with the petrol prices going up, I thought maybe it's time.
Iran's blockade of the Strait of Hormuz has caused global crude oil prices to skyrocket past $110 a barrel, and it could get worse. Experts are bracing for $150, while Tehran has warned prices could hit a staggering $200 if the conflict drags on. And that could accelerate the shift towards electric vehicles.
Petrol prices going up has certainly been one of the triggers, but I think that very stubborn cost of living challenges that exist in the Australian economy at the moment is also supporting either wanting to access more affordable vehicles, where Chinese brands are incredibly well positioned, and they're even better positioned when it comes to EV and plug-in hybrids.
There has been a significant uplift in inquiry in electric vehicles, and not just pure electric, but also for intelligent hybrid vehicles. Electric vehicles have always made sense, but I think they're making more sense now.
Chinese car companies will likely benefit from this crisis, but they are not just lucky, they are well prepared. For years, China has been investing heavily in its EV industry, subsidizing highly interrelated supply chains. And now the advantage is being exported overseas. Since 2020, more than 10 Chinese car brands have landed on Australian shores, nearly all of them arriving with a heavy tech focus on electric and plug-in hybrid power. Sales of EVs like this are growing fast, but electric vehicles still only made up around 2% of all cars on Australian roads. Last year, EVs accounted for 8.3% of new car sales, slower growth than many expected. But the momentum is shifting into high gear. In February this year, EVs reached a record 11.8% market share. And for the first time in nearly 30 years, China knocked Japan off the top spot as Australia's primary source of new cars. 4 Chinese brands now sit among the country's top 10 sellers.
Chinese brands are incredibly well positioned, and they're even better positioned when it comes to EV and plug-in hybrids. So I think it's a real opportunity for brands like ourselves.
In China, nearly half of all new cars sold are already electric. Now the country is pushing even further. A new EVs to the countryside plan aims to have half of rural China driving electric by 2030.
The China market has been the #1 passenger vehicle market in the world since 2009. The speed at which they roll out new features and new technology is mind-boggling, and it's something that the legacy automakers can't keep up with.
While Chinese companies are thinking big and bold, things are tough at home, competition's fierce. A brutal price war and tighter margins are pushing car makers to look overseas for growth. Because Australia is a free market with minimal tariffs and no local car manufacturing to protect, we've become one of the world's ultimate EV testing grounds. But there are still many challenges if they want to conquer the market. Some consumers still have serious doubts about range, security and servicing, and the Australian government has warned new entrants not to cut corners and meet community standards. To sustain growth, companies are now racing to develop the best technology.
从10%充到70%，只用了5分钟就能充好；从70%充到97%，只用了9分钟就能充饱。 真正实现了充电或加油一样快。
And the second generation blade battery is just going to continue the innovation and continue the benefits for the customer, the flash charging capability that they will bring, but no timing yet for Australia because we just need to make sure that we're ready for it.
For Chinese car makers, Australia is not just another export market, it is a proving ground. But some drivers are already convinced. For them, the question is not if, but when they buy an EV.